back to the ABC4 News at 10. Ed Callison serving up to life in prison for a grisly murder in 2014. He admitted to chopping his wife into pieces and burning the pieces.
Behind every crime, there's a story, and the truth matters. ABC4 senior crime and punishment correspondent Marcos Ortiz has part 2 of To Catch a Killer.
Ed Callison never could admit he killed his wife. He was in denial, according to police. But once his story unfolded, police knew they had caught Melanie's killer. A word of warning, parts of this story are quite graphic.
So right here is where I made her into pieces. And I'm not some axe murderer, okay? Hope you don't think that, but I made her into pieces, okay?
It's November 2014, and Ed Callison is leading Richville police around a campsite called Devil's Willow Patch. This is where the life of his wife came to an end. 3 months earlier, Melanie Layton Callison disappeared. Callison told others she took off to San Francisco. But police say they caught him in a web of lies during their investigation. They found evidence of human bones at the campsite. There was tire tracks at the campsite that matched Callison's. And then a Callison sighting at the campsite by Richville's former police chief.
He'd gone up just to look at the campsite and his side-by-side and saw that there was somebody there with a big fire going. It was Ed that was there.
Investigators never told Callison what they discovered when he first was questioned. But Callison finally caved in, saying his wife died from an overdose. He agreed to show them firsthand, and it became ghastly.
God, I hate to talk about that, but I gotta be honest, okay? I cut her head off right there. Okay?
With the axe?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's already dead. Yeah. Trying to be nice to her body.
Current Police Chief Trent Lloyd and Lieutenant Alan DeMille were with Callison that day. Chief Lloyd was horrified, but couldn't show emotion.
Just let him talk. I just kept hoping he'd keep talking.
And Callison did just that. He showed them where to dig.
You just rake all the leaf stuff off, and then it's really harder and then softer. Right there. And the bigger pieces, all it was a
Torso.
Yeah, a piece of torso buried right there, okay?
Callison says he took the parts of Melanie's body and threw them into the fire. He says he cremated Melanie and buried other parts of her body.
What are we going to find there?
That's her.
That's her.
That's the ashes, so be careful.
Just ashes totally?
Yep.
No bones?
Nope. Just white ash.
Callison claims she overdosed, then cut her in pieces. Police suspected he murdered her first, then dismembered her body. So they brought him back to police headquarters and questioned him some more.
And I put 20 Seroquels ground up into her drink. She's, okay? And that's what just about did her in. Yeah.
He again told police Melanie overdosed and was out of touch, but she came back to life. He picked up an axe and was ready to strike her.
I told you I put the axe away. Yeah. I couldn't hurt that lady. It's just not in me to do that, okay?
He claimed Melanie died an hour later and began chopping her into pieces.
I got her head off. I got her legs, her arms off. Like here. Okay. Shoulders. And her legs off, okay, and start taking pieces over there, putting them on the fire.
Melanie was burned beyond recognition. Human bone fragments were found around the fire pit. His motive? He told police her drug habit was too much and couldn't take it anymore.
I did not kill her. I couldn't do it, okay?
But the pills did.
The pills did, and I put the pills in the bottle.
Okay.
Yes.
On November 14th, Callison was charged with Melanie's murder, obstruction of justice, and the desecration of a dead body. Callison did not want a trial, and a month later, he pleaded guilty to Melanie's murder. At sentencing, he told the judge Melanie committed suicide, but he helped.
Because I had the pills in the bottle available, I caused it. But I didn't just flat out kill her, And then after that, I went and hid everything and buried her. I was very, very nice, if there's such a thing.
respectful. I was. Okay? It wasn't like a mean, wicked thing. It sounds like it.
Mr. Callison, you're an evil man. Pardon? You are an evil person.
Callison will spend at least 15 years and up to life in prison. Judge Bagley recommended to the Board of Pardons that Callison never be allowed out. It took Richville police less than 90 days to solve the case, but they still aren't satisfied.
I would like a conclusion. I would like to know what happened. I would like for the family to have some remains to bury.
To this date, the state has yet to identify those bones found at the campsite. The hot fire didn't leave any DNA, and the medical examiner can't confirm they belong to Melanie. Her family has yet to receive her remains.
We do have a headstone, and that's all we have. A lot of the time, I can't go out. This year, I was able to go out, and I didn't cry. I did watch my granddaughter sit with her arms around the stone and just sob. Just sob. It's very difficult. It's very difficult.
Now this week, we've just learned the state plans to close the case and return the remains to her family. They plan on having a private burial for Melanie. For the Justice Files, Marcus Ortiz, ABC4 News.
Well, as you just heard, the story has it's quite complex and lots of depth there. So it's not enough time to tell it all on television tonight. For this reason, we've uploaded the full interviews with Callison and investigators as a supplementary podcast. You can, of course, download To Catch a Killer on our website, abc4.com/podcasts.